Sitting on the couch with nothing better to do. Let's go watch BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS. Cause nothing beats a rainy afternoon when you got BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS. Subscribe and like this. Greggy Bake BIKEVIDS just for you.
Howdy do, folks. This is kind of fucking amazing. So here I am doing, I think it's called the Mount TAM Dirt Fondo. It's sponsored by the local trails, mountain biking and trails organization, which I forget the name, but I will put some information up there. And how did I get here? Even though Mount TAM and Marin County is not that far from Santa Cruz, I don't often head up here. How did I get here? Because I met somebody at the Sea Otter Classic, and I met Bo and Jamie and their son, and they live in the area, and they said, hey, why don't you come up and do this ride? And so something I decided to do, since it would require me getting up a little too early, is take the BIKEVIDS mobile and do some kind of do a little camp out the night before at the parking lot of the venue, which is at a trailhead. I feel like I should keep this information secret. Like, this is not supposed to be happening, and it's like not a legit situation, but like where I'm at couldn't be more fucking perfect. I feel like, I don't know. Good. Well, just hope good vibes, good luck. But I'm in this area and I'm all by myself, and it's perfect. I got the BIKEVIDS mobile. I'm not like decking out a camping scene. Tomorrow's gonna be basically a mountain bike, not a race, a ride. And so I got the hardtail, and it's fucking awesome. So hopefully you don't hear from me at like 3 in the morning when I'm getting kicked out of this parking lot. Okay. To be continued.
How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you? Hey, folks. It's the morning of the ride. Slept horribly. I think some kind of police officer did come and wake me up in the middle of the night and told me to leave, but then left and then didn't come back. But being a good law-abiding citizen here at BIKEVIDS, it did keep me up for a little bit. Yeah, excited, making good time, having some coffee, putting away my little setup, and we'll definitely check in soon. I'm not really sure, what I have to say on this episode of BIKEVIDS. This was an awesome event. Lots of uphill. I rode my hardtail, which is a bike I actually don't really ride that often, but it was the right call. There were gravel bikes on the event. So I'll just show you some footage, some stuff along the way. And, that's it. There's not much to say. It was fun. It was hard. It was kind of hot, but I was stoked to go to this area and ride some trails that I was unfamiliar with. One thing I learned, and actually why a lot of footage is just not even going to be able to get used, is I'm used to riding and filming with my gravel bike, but on the mountain bike, you kind of need to adjust the camera in a whole different way. So anyway, kind of screwed up some of that stuff. Something's neat. Something that's neat as we. I mean, again, this is the ride is. Is it possible that it's all uphill? Probably not. But what's kind of neat to see here as we're heading out of the trailhead off of Bunker Road is it's pretty fogged in as we're climbing into the mountains. So it's kind of fun throughout the day as you leave in the morning to kind of see all of that marine layer burn off and just the views get more epic and epic. From what I hear from my friends that invited me up, some people in Marin County can be dicks about letting the bikers do their thing on the trail. Why? Are cyclists more of assholes than hikers or equestrians? No, there's lots of assholes to go around, which is why the BIKEVIDS motto is to remember not to be a dick and be a good ambassador, whether you're riding bikes or hiking or horses. You always have to be a good ambassador for really respecting Mother Nature. Yeah, there were a few road parts. This is kind of a fun road descent, which is always neat to do on a mountain bike. But, so much of the day was spent off-road. It actually was pretty impressive. Sometimes you end up doing a long slog on the highways. But so much of today was just really about enjoying all of these dirt trails. Mostly, I guess, kind of fire road is what you call it. Do you call it double track fire road? Again, not a mountain biker. Most fire road, a little bit of single track throughout the day. We got to dip into some forest from time to time, not very often, which is a little bit of a bummer. One, because it's shady, and, when you're just going uphill all day on your bike, it gets a little hot. Two, of course, the best surface to ride on is forest floor.
You got it handled?
So it's nice to get to see
some
of that in this area as well.
Uh-huh. Howdy, folks. Guess it's my first live check-in. You might be able to tell due to my heavy breathing. Excuse me. Woo. We're climbing, which has pretty much been the story of the day. Climbing. Good job. Yes, we're about 20 miles in, and today's route's 47 miles, I think. I've got about 3,800 feet of climbing so far, and I'd say about another 3,000 or 3,200 to go. So, yeah, climbing. I mean, what goes up must come down. Not sure if that applies to this route, but I would say good times. Howdy. Good times so far, good people, and it's not a race, which is kind of like the first time I've done not a race. I mean, you don't have to race at races, but yeah, so it's nice to just kind of be able to stop and take pictures and whatnot. Okay. On your left here.
In my opinion, mountain bike was the good call for this event. Really, for a couple really steep climbs, I think that they were more comfortable and body positioning wise, easier to do on a mountain bike. And at least one really gnarly descent would have been kind of, I guess, frustrating on a gravel bike. But then again, like this guy here, you know, I mean, sure, got slowed down by some of those parts, but the bike is more than, a gravel bike is more than capable.
Oh, nice,
well.
nice. Good comeback after that descent.
Yeah, that was not a gravel bike.
So to reiterate, I would characterize this episode of BIKEVIDS as me just riding around on my hardtail on some trails in Marin County, and I don't even actually really have a clear understanding of exactly where or the names of those trails. I definitely will. You could go to my Strava and see that stuff if you like.
Do another live, do it live check-in. Let's see, what mile are we on? 35, 36, 5,800 feet of climbing so far. So we might have another 1,400 to go. Howdy. Good job. Yeah, so not much has changed since last time we spoke, pretty much going uphill. There was a downhill, probably the longest downhill. It was like boulder ridden, so kept you on your toes. Gravel bikes, hating it. Glad I chose the hardtail today for sure. Yeah, that's the story. The story of the day is a beautiful day to go climb mountains in Marin County area. Okay.
ride is over. It's been over for a little bit. Had some food, hung out, met up with Bo and Jamie. We're gonna go to their place pretty soon here. You know, we'll talk and we'll look at the footage. I feel like, though, just final thoughts on where I stayed and wasn't supposed to, but this place actually would make a perfect like van camping site. It has this, you know, restroom, it's got recycling, it has trash, it's very nice, it's very open, so in case there's any shenanigans going on or sketchiness you could see. I mean, this place would be a great place to not break the rules, you know, and camp for the night, but alas, not allowed. Anywho, what's life like inside the BIKEVIDS mobile? I know in the Sea Otter video, I know I kind of did kind of a showed you kind of a funky dance party I was having in here, but even though well, even though the sun is still out, it's going down, the sun is going down, I'm crawling in the BIKEVIDS mobile after an awesome day riding today, and hopefully you enjoyed the footage. Super stoked to hang out with some new friends, and also getting to be turned on to some new trails. So hope you're out riding your bikes, hope you're out having fun, and we'll see you next time. Nighty night. Hey, you know, guys, you could go to bed anytime you want, right? 7:30, 8:30, whatever works for you. Okay, ciao. Hope you're out having fun and being safe. See you next time on BIKEVIDS.